So I showed someone my calendar the other day and they go, "Man, that gives me anxiety just looking at your calendar. How do you get all that stuff on there and how do you keep track of it all? And why do you even do that?" Well, first, let me show you my calendar. This is my calendar. We're looking at April. If I go back, March, February, there's a lot of stuff on there, right? You'll see I've got a lot of my business stuff there in brown. I've also got my family's calendar on there. I've got my personal calendar on there. I've got a lot of stuff. And the reason why I calendar everything is because there's way too many details for me to deal with. You know, with running a business, being a coach, training agents, doing family, life, everything, I've got to be very detailed. And it wasn't just like overnight I all of a sudden started calendaring everything. It took me a while to get my calendar to that level. And so one of the things that I think is important with any new thing that you're learning, any new thing that you're trying to adopt into your routine, you've heard me talk about strengthening your disciplines in life. Well, this is a discipline, working with your calendar. But just like anything, I think that you've got to layer it in. Right? So when I first started using my calendar, it was I got an appointment that day, I would just put it on that day, no time associated with it, nothing. It was more or less a calendar. Each day was a to-do list for me. And as I started needing to get a little bit more efficient with everything, I started actually putting a time on it. And then I started actually putting a little bit more detail into it. One of the biggest things that I started doing with my calendar dates is starting to put the address and where all my appointments were, so that I can quickly just go to my calendar, tap what do I got to do next, and if it was an appointment, I could just tap that little address and it would get on my Google Maps and take me right to where I needed to be, making me more efficient. But one of the things that I've learned with any new habit and getting used to a calendar is it's a habit that you got to work on. It's layering in these levels to this habit that makes it unstoppable, makes it super efficient. So whether you're doing a calendar and you're starting off with some layers as it gets a little bit more complex, or let's say you're just trying to be healthier, right? You know, you're not going to wake up the next morning not working out for the last year and all of a sudden run 5 miles and start eating, baked chicken and broccoli and that's it, right? So you start off with maybe a walk the next day and add in to get up to where you're at a mile, and then layer it in and layer it in to where you're getting up to where you've got 5 miles of a workout in the morning. And one of the things I talk about, which I have definitely added a lot of layers to over the years, is my morning routine. My morning routine is not quite where it used to be now that I've got a kid, but my morning routine used to be wake up super early. I'd spend 20 minutes in meditation and doing my morning gratitude. I would then obviously get coffee going. I'm a coffee drinker, got to have that. Then I would do some daily affirmations. Then I would read for about 20 minutes in some sort of sales book or some sort of self-help kind of book. And then I would go work out for 25 to 30 minutes. And then I would get into the car and I'd drive to the office. And on the way to the office, I was listening to motivational tapes or some sort of an affirmation tape or something where I was learning again. Well, my morning routine didn't start off that way. I eventually layered in all of these little aspects to it that made it stronger and stronger and made that discipline rock solid and just makes me more efficient. So if you guys are thinking about doing something new in life, whether it's taking on a new career, trying to get healthier, trying to get more organized, I call it the layering effect. Don't try to go all out. Just start with little baby steps and then think of the next thing that you want to layer onto what you're already doing. So you may already be doing some of this kind of stuff or trying to get better at an aspect in your life. Well, think about just another layer that you can add to it. I think we can all visualize all the things that we can do. And we all know what we could be doing to be a little bit better at any area of our life. But instead of jumping in and trying to take on too much, layers. It's called the layering effect. Okay? Start off by putting something on your calendar, and then as you get used to that calendar, you start to add in more detail, which makes you more efficient. So the layering technique, hopefully that helps you guys out with your next new challenge, new habit, new lifestyle change. Have a great day, guys.